Hello, my name is Charles and welcome to CTS Online. Now, in our first lesson for this MOOC, um, or before we get into the first lesson, what if you need to find out what is creative thinking in the first place? Do you know what it is? Well, basically, if you're going to join this MOOC, you're not going to be even more creative because you already are. And that's the interesting bit, because since if you already are creative, how are you going to talk about that, the creative thing that you do? So basically, what this MOOC does is actually get you to experiment a little bit about experiment with things that you have not quite done before. Maybe you've done those things before, but maybe you didn't. And these are everyday things, or things that we take for granted. So what if there are 8 steps, there are 8 different ways that you can manipulate with things that you often take for granted? What if you can try something absolutely new? Well, if you're going to take this MOOC, then be prepared to be able to dive into that situation and take some risk and be a bit more adventurous. Take a leap of faith. Jump off the cliff. I don't think that's wise, but what I meant was take a little bit of that risk, and who knows what you may come up with. So for the first module, it's called the first step, ask. Now in this module, the first and most important process to kickstart your creative thinking process is to ask the right question. Have you ever thought about that? Perhaps we're not really sensitive about the kind of questions that we ask because we naturally do that, isn't it? Like if something happened right in front of you, you would be asking yourself why, uh, what happened, how did this happen, and how do you do that? But the catch is this: in order to get in touch with solving it, we tend to, if you could be sensitive to the kind of questions we generate, then we realize that generating these questions would lead you to come up with some specific solutions. Um, why don't you give this a try? There is, they look at something that's happened around you and then ask that question. Let's just say you ran out of coffee, right? Or let's say you got a flat tire. These are very mundane and everyday situations. But what if you generate the question to, well, what can you do to maintain the supply of coffee in the cabinet? So that would lead to something very specific. It's almost like a language study, isn't it? Like trying to experiment with questioning methods. But it's so relevant. So asking the right question would lead you to do something. And sometimes it's just not just about language. It's not just about asking that, but it's also about trying to elicit a sense and response from a particular situation. Like if you're going to combine 2 things into one, then you have to generate some questions that how you're going to do this, how you're going to attach it, how you're going to attach it to do what purpose, and so on and so forth. So it's really about coining the right question and being able to understand what you're exactly trying to do. In order to experiment with this, look at the activity at the bottom. It's called the random selection exercise. Now what this random selection exercise do is, if you click on the link, then you would go to the assignment, and you would notice that there will be an image. Now this image has got a number of items, like objects. Oops. Let me just try that again. Okay, so this image and items, right, these are just shapes. Okay, now the thing is, these shapes have different characteristics and different traits. So what you need to do is actually select 3 numbers. Keep doing that again. Just loading that again. Yes, I'm trying to find a way to do this. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now start by selecting 3 numbers at random, because you see, if you notice the picture, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 15. There are like 15 different objects. But if you select 3 numbers at random, 1 to 15, then write that down on a piece of paper. Okay, I've chosen 1 to 15. Let's say I chose 12. Okay, then choose a number 1 to 8. Then what? Maybe you want to choose 4. Okay, now write all 4 numbers on a sheet of paper. Okay, so select 3 numbers at random. Okay, like 3 numbers 1 to 15. Let's say 12, 7, 6, and then choose a number between 1 to 8. So I chose 4. So 12, 7, 6, and 4. So write the 4 numbers on a sheet of paper. Use the first 3 numbers to identify the 3 shapes from the number display shown above. Then assemble these 3 shapes into a potentially interesting object and then sketch it. You okay about sketching it? I think it'd be interesting for you to sketch it. You can sketch it any way you like. You can sketch it on any piece of paper. Then you can take a snapshot of it, then upload it here. Excuse me. And they can vary in size and combined in any way. The parts can be of any material. Now there's only one rule: you can't deform any of the shapes except for the wire and the tube. Now the wire and the tube, you could be flexible with it, but you can't deform other shapes. Now once you're finished sketching, take the 4th number between 1 and 8, pick a category from the following list. Now the 1 to 8 simply means a category. So what kind of an object is it? Is it a personal item? Is it a furniture? Is it a transportation? Is it a scientific instrument, appliance, and so on and so forth? So once you're done, take a photo with your smartphone of your final version of your idea and post it right here. Please indicate which category of products you have chosen. So basically you can name the product, you can say what is this, and be adventurous. Try to combine the shapes but don't deform it. If you want to deform anything, then choose the wire and the tube. So you can intentionally choose 6 and 7 so that you can do some shaping. But other than that, the other shapes, you just can't do anything. You're not allowed to replicate it too. Don't replicate those shapes. You only have one shape, you have the other one shape and the other one shape. Then you've got to combine it. How you're going to combine it, that's up to you. Now generate some questions about this, like how am I going to combine the square and this in order to become that category. So generate some questions and brainstorm about how you're going to make this combination work. Then come up with a new product, a new thing. So remember, implement your questioning technique. So I hope you can understand how this activity works. So I truly hope I could see your post very soon. So once again, welcome to CTS Online, and this is your first module, the first activity, which is ask assignment, asking the right question. This is just one of the example of a task about asking the right question, but there's tons of things that you can do. So you feel free to experiment and to move on to the further studies section, which is conscious about asking and mapping out ideas. So have a look at the further studies section and feel free to go further into exploration. So don't forget to take the short quiz after that, and just be adventurous. There's no right and wrong here. And once again, bid you welcome, and I'll see you in the next module. See ya.